presidential race changes with the president bowing out and the VP stepping in.
I sat down earlier with Idaho State Rep. Lauren Necochea, who's also the state Democratic Party chair. She shares her thoughts on what the switch from Biden to Harris could mean for Idaho and the party's priorities this November. We're just over 100 days until the election. Now, following President Biden's announcement on Sunday, we reached out to both the Idaho Democratic and Republican parties as we're committed to taking you beyond the podium. We'll hear from the Republican Party later in the newscast. Right now, I'm joined by Representative Lauren Necochea of Idaho's Democratic Party, also the state party chair representing District 19A. Rep. Necochea, great to have you here. First things first, what's your reaction to President Biden leaving the presidential race?
Yeah, it was a bittersweet announcement. It's sad to see someone with such a long career in public service step aside. And after so many accomplishments, his leadership pulled us out of a deep recession. When he came in 4 years ago, he passed a once-in-a-generation infrastructure package that was desperately needed. He not only protected the healthcare we have, but he made enhancements to make prescription drug prices cheaper. He passed the Inflation Reduction Act to get inflation under control, but also build up our energy independence and build clean energy jobs. So it's bittersweet to see him step aside, and I respect why he's doing it. He's doing it for the good of the country so we can move forward. And that's what's important to us as Democrats, is to hold on to that progress that we've made so that we can keep making life better for Americans.
Understood. And are you putting your support behind VP Kamala Harris at this point?
I am supporting Vice President Kamala Harris. Kind of the reason we have a vice president is that so we have an understudy, someone who's preparing to step up and do the job, and that's exactly what she's done. You can see the groundswell of enthusiasm for her. I just got news that in the last 24 hours since the announcement was made, her team has raised $81 million, which is record-breaking. And so seeing, just the regular or everyday people and voters who are really excited about Kamala Harris on the ticket is inspiring to me. And the Republicans, they'll have a few billionaires bankrolling their campaign, and they'll do what they can with those dollars. But I would rather have that grassroots enthusiasm.
Yeah, and we think Harris at this point will likely be the nominee, but it could be someone else. Does the change from Biden to Harris, or potentially another candidate, does it impact Idaho at the state level in any way?
I think what we'll see is more enthusiasm among younger voters who are going to be drawn to a historic election. This could be the first woman president, and I think she will be. I think that's what's going to happen. So participating in that is going to be a draw for new voters who maybe haven't been engaged. And as those voters get engaged and start reading the news and learn about the Republican agenda, that they want a national abortion ban, that they want to do all of these things in Project 2025 that would cut Social Security and Medicare, or repeal the Affordable Care Act and take away health insurance from Americans. I think those voters are going to be motivated to participate. And in Idaho, it doesn't take much. In a battleground district, we decide elections by sometimes a few dozen votes, 100 votes. And so these are close elections. And so a few more young voters getting engaged could make the difference.
Yeah. And turning to Idaho specifically, what are the priorities for November and beyond for the Idaho Democratic Party?
Yeah, we have staffed up. We've got 20-some staff working all across the state, in every corner of the state, knocking on doors, talking to voters, delivering our message, and communicating what we're about and the risks we see with the continued Republican supermajority. So our goal is to hold the seats we have in our swing districts and to make inroads. Right now, we don't have enough seats to even bring bills sometimes. If we wanted to bring a bill to reduce property taxes for homeowners by getting back to an indexed home exemption, homeowners an exemption that would help stop that shift of the tax load that's going on to homeowners, we couldn't even get a hearing because the Republican supermajority wouldn't give us a hearing. So every seat we can pick up means we can do more for Idahoans, and we're gonna fight for those seats.